Oh no, Batista looking to add an exclamation point for this one. Going for the Batista bomb. He's got him up. Sabu counters into a DDT. He's going for here. He's up on Batista's shoulders. Oh, another DDT. Off the shoulders of Batista. Sabu, if he can just cover him. But as we can see, he's favoring his head now. He's unable to capitalize off that DDT. And a big clothesline by Batista. Just completely turns Sabu inside out. There's a cover. 1, 2. No, Sabu. Sabu stays alive, kicks out of that one. But Batista now manhandling Sabu, driving him through the mat with that power slam, as now he picks him up by the throat. And now measuring him once again. Can he hit it this time? He's got him up. Going for the Batista bomb, and he takes him down. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Batista is your new ECW champion. Now look at this steel chair right to the face of Randy Orton. Orton's been busted open. This matchup, Sabu normally would get disqualified, but once again the referee is out of it. There's that moonsault with the chair. 2, 3. Sabu and Terry Funk have done it. Sandman hits the senton off the top rope, and Sabu sneaks in for the pin. He got him. Sabu will be going on to face Batista for the ECW Championship at December to Dismember. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and welcome back to another episode of Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. This is episode 39, and we're here with December to Dismember. That's right, it is time for the pay-per-view, our final actual, the final ECW pay-per-view with an actual name to it. Besides these other ECW generic pay-per-views, this is the final one that actually has a name and a gimmick, maybe? Not quite, but anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at the match card. Like I said in the last episode, this is basically, we're going to begin a tournament, a tournament-style deal for the ECW Championship. Of course, these 4 matches, whoever wins them will face off. Of course, it will be the winner of this Battle Royal. They will face the winner of the Triple Threat matchup, and the winner of this Battle Royal will face the winner of the Iron Man matchup. So we're going to go ahead and simulate this, and Edge defeats Randy Orton in the Iron Man match, so that'll put an end to that feud. Let's take a look at the Hardcore Triple Threat matchup, and Sandman gets the win, so he will advance. He'll move on to take on the winner of that Battle Royal right there, but this one will determine who will face the winner, or who will face Edge in the next round of the tournament. And what this Battle Royal is, this one, I decided to have 2 different styles of Battle Royals. By the way, take a look, Sandman right there, of course. We know he'll be moving on. But this is not the Battle Royal to determine who will face Sandman, but the Battle Royal that will determine who will face Edge in the next round. But this Battle Royal, I believe this is the one that I decided to do pinfall and submission, and then the other one will be an over-the-top rope Battle Royal. But yeah, I mean, really with the pay-per-views, they give you 3 match types. No, they give you 4. Like, they give you the Battle Royal, Hell in the Cell, Last Man Standing, Iron Man, and those are really the only kind of matchups that are pay-per-view exclusive that you can't do on your own shows. And I mean, they do kind of get repetitive a little bit. We got the Royal Rumble coming up. That will be our next pay-per-view. So I'm trying to figure out. Well, I mean, we won't know whether we'll get 1 or 2 matches, because obviously, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just going to get 1, because with there being the Royal Rumble, that would leave 4 matches, 1 for each, and then the best show. So we're probably only going to end up getting 1 matchup for the Royal Rumble, which is going to kind of suck, but we do get the Royal Rumble match. So that is something I'm going to end up playing, of course. And then we have our ECW generic pay-per-view, the final ECW pay-per-view, which is the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Can hopefully give us a bit of an edge heading into WrestleMania. We got the last build of momentum on our side with the pay-per-view. And then, of course, we have WrestleMania, which hopefully by that time we'll be able to get 2 matches, and we'll be one of the upper shows, upper brands. Hopefully we'll be at least in 2nd place by that time. I'd like to have 1st place, but I don't know, this GM mode has been kind of back and forth. My expectations haven't quite been come to fruition, really, because I mean, I thought SummerSlam was going to be the turning point. I figured we'd be in 2nd place by now, but we are still in last because we kind of got screwed out of the ratings there for the those couple of weeks where Raw ended up getting like 4.5-star show ratings, which was out of control. It was ridiculous. But somehow they got it. But on the positive side of things, Friday Night Smackdown, the gap between first place, second place, and third place is all just kind of condensed. So SmackDown, at one point, they were up almost like 1 million fans. And right now, they're only at about maybe 500,000 fans ahead of second place, maybe a little less. But, I mean, my point is the gap is closing, so we are slowly getting, the gap is slowly closing, and we are slowly getting caught up in the ratings compared to SmackDown. So hopefully we'll be able to improve our standings here in the fan support. But as we can see, there's a cover, and Elijah Burke is the first superstar eliminated from this battle royal. So we can see we have HBK, Johnny Nitro, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Mr. Kennedy remaining. But yeah, we're still in the battle for the ratings, and this has got to be a huge pay-per-view. We need to use this to its full capacity heading into the Royal Rumble event, because obviously Monday Night Raw has New Year's Revolution, so they're going to get the final pay-per-view heading into the Royal Rumble to get the momentum on their side. But hopefully we can use this to our advantage and possibly get ourselves up into second place if we can just keep some consistent show ratings following this event, because I mean, we really need to start jumping up in the rankings. We really need to start getting some really good show ratings, because I mean, we've kind of been getting gypped past couple of weeks, I think, at least looking at ratings that Raw has been getting. SmackDown, I'd have to say the ratings have actually been pretty fair. They have been putting on good shows, so it's actually kind of surprising that they are losing support, but that's just kind of how this game, some of the broken mechanics and stuff in this game mode. But, you know, it's still a really fun mode to play. Hopefully we can end up getting that first place. Let's look at this. Matt Hardy went to try to steal the Kenton, which is, you know, Mr. Kennedy's version of the Swanton, but Hardy missed. As we see, there's an elbow drop by Kennedy onto Jeff Hardy right there. So if we can take a look, Jeff Hardy's taken quite a beating in this matchup. Wait a minute, look at this. Mr. Kennedy with a roll-up on Matt Hardy. Could he have him? 2 count. And no, Matt Hardy just managed to survive there. It was a close call. It was a close call there from Matt Hardy. You got to be careful in these kind of battle royals, because, you know, one slip up like that, if you let your guard down for just a split second, that could happen and you could find yourself eliminated. But luckily Matt Hardy was able to kick out of that roll-up attempt by Mr. Kennedy, but Kennedy almost had him there. So I've been reading the comments the past couple of episodes, and some people have been like really frustrated that Mr. Kennedy had defeated Chris Masters. They were really hoping Masters was going to win. And I don't know, I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to turn Mr. Kennedy into this like super hated character, because, you know, he defeated Chris Masters, and some people wanted Masters to win in that career match back at Survivor Series. So I was kind of hoping I'd be able to use that to my advantage. And wait a minute, look at this sweet chin music from Mr. Kennedy. Busted open Shawn Michaels. And now Kennedy, could he have eliminated HBK with his own finisher here? There's 2. And Mr. Kennedy's done it. He has eliminated Shawn Michaels. And that is a huge elimination in this Battle Royal, as we are now down to 4. I mean, that is a huge elimination right there for Mr. Kennedy. He's just eliminated the icon, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels. That's definitely, you know, quite the achievement here in this Battle Royal. Perhaps Kennedy could now be considered the favorite to win this Battle Royal. So you'd have to think, heading into the match, HBK would have been the favorite, as, you know, he's the legend. He's main evented, what is it, 9, is it 8 or is it 9 WrestleManias he's main evented? He's main evented, my point is, he's main evented a bunch of WrestleManias, and how many superstars can say that they have main evented? It's at least 8 WrestleManias that he's main evented. So, I mean, how many superstars can say that? There's only been 30 WrestleManias. How many superstars can say that they have main evented 8 WrestleManias? I'm pretty sure HBK would be the only one. As I mean, you know, main eventing WrestleMania is a big deal, but obviously that experience, I don't know, maybe that's just showing, you know, the veteran, the age of Shawn Michaels, maybe Mr. Kennedy using that to his advantage here. And obviously he got the elimination on Shawn Michaels. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I apologize for that, but let's get back into the matchup here as Johnny Nitro gets planted right on his face there by Mr. Kennedy into that inverted suplex there. Is now Matt Hardy and Kennedy going at it. And now look at this atomic drop, reverse atomic drop there from Mr. Kennedy. But as we can see, he's got some, he's taking a lot of punishment in those ribs so far. As we can see, he was kind of holding his ribs there, kind of prevented him from making any more progress against Matt Hardy here. So now we can see roll up on Johnny Nitro. There's a cover. What? No, not even a 1 count. Johnny Nitro quickly kicks out. And now look at this. Oh, the Hardy Boys now going after each other, as that's just showing what the prize is, the prize that's on the line in this matchup. It's a potential ECW Championship opportunity. Obviously, you'd advance to the next round in the tournament. And then, I mean, whoever wins this match will have to face Edge. And then, of course, the winner of that match would face the winner of Sandman versus the winner of our Battle Royal later on tonight. So, I mean, you know, a title shot is not guaranteed by any means. But this would be a big victory in the careers of any of these 4 superstars. All 4 of these superstars have kind of been in limbo recently, except maybe Kennedy. He had that career match. Wait a minute, there's a roll by Jeff Hardy. There's a cover, too. 3, Matt Hardy has been eliminated by his brother, Jeff. And that just shows what kind of prize is up for grabs here in this matchup here tonight. Big neck breaker there by Kennedy. Now a DDT, planting Johnny Nitro face first in the mat. That has busted open Nitro. And now look at this. Oh, Kennedy blocks a punch from Jeff there. So right now, I'd have to say, I mean, Jeff Hardy's gotten elimination. Mr. Kennedy has gotten elimination. Look at this reverse DDT there by Johnny Nitro. I'm trying to think who eliminated the first guy. Who eliminated Burke? That was Matt Hardy. So Matt Hardy's been eliminated. So Johnny Nitro, the only superstar in this matchup at the moment who does not have an elimination. But you never know. I mean, looking at these 3 superstars, I have to say they're all about equally damaged. So I really don't think, in terms of fatigue, any superstar favors the other. But now look at this. Johnny Nitro's got Kennedy. Big face buster there, planting Mr. Kennedy right onto his face first into the match, driving him. The impact there. And now Johnny Nitro's got Jeff Hardy up on his shoulders here. As we can see, Nitro could not capitalize after that face buster on Mr. Kennedy as Jeff Hardy distracted him. Now holding his head. Someone's got to cover Kennedy. I mean, they've got the opportunity to eliminate him here, but no, Kennedy was given too much time to recover, and because of that, he's right back in this matchup there. Big elbow to the face at Johnny Nitro's. Now he's uncovering a turnbuckle there. Still 3 superstars left in this matchup. I mean, if it wasn't for Jeff Hardy, I'd have to say Mr. Kennedy would be out of this matchup. He would have been eliminated by Johnny Nitro after that face buster, but Jeff Hardy came in and distracted Nitro, and that gave Kennedy the opportunity to stay alive in this one. Now look at this, the standing moonsault, stealing Nitro's finisher. Now there's 2, and now Johnny Nitro has been eliminated. So we are down to 2 superstars. Which one will go on to face Edge, the Rated R superstar, in the next round of the tournament? Will it be Jeff Hardy, or will it be Mr. Kennedy? Either way, these 2 superstars have a huge opportunity in front of them right now. Both have a huge opportunity to make a name for themselves in this company in ECW. I mean, Mr. Kennedy, he did defeat Chris Masters and cost him his career here in ECW. But imagine if Mr. Kennedy could call himself the ECW champion. That's what any superstar wants here in this company. They want to be called the champion. They want to be the best. Big flying forearm smash there from Jeff Hardy. Could that do it? Jeff, he's going to hook the leg here. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy's done it. Jeff Hardy has defeated Mr. Kennedy, and he will move on to the next round of the ECW Championship Tournament. He will be facing off against Edge. And then, of course, we have this Battle Royal coming up next. It wasn't in the budget. We didn't have time for any celebrations. It wasn't in the budget. That doesn't make any sense. But roll with it, guys. Or gals, you know, just viewers. Anyway, yeah, I just completely threw myself off there. But as I was saying, this is a Battle Royal to advance, determine who will advance into the next round of the ECW Championship Tournament. And like I said, the winner will face Sandman. And then, of course, the winner of that match will face the winner of Jeff Hardy versus Edge. But this is our second matchup we're playing here on the ECW pay-per-view, December to Dismember. It's actually, I think it's one of the, I actually like the name for this pay-per-view, December to Dismember. It seems kind of fitting for ECW, but look at this. Kane now over the top rope. Henry has already been eliminated, and now the Big Red Machine, Kane, has been eliminated. But of course, now we're down to 4, one of them being the debuting Snitsky. As of course, Snitsky, this is his first matchup here with ECW since he was acquired from Raw, And it looks like Snitsky, he's already eliminated by the Phenom, the Undertaker. So we're down to 3 already. Some quick eliminations in this Battle Royal. We've got CM Punk, the Undertaker, and Triple H remaining. So, I mean, of course, we got CM Punk, the straight-edge superstar, fits right in with the ECW legends of old. And now it looks like CM Punk could be considered a big threat, as he's now been eliminated. So we're down to 2. It is Triple H and the Undertaker. Of course, Undertaker, I'd like to consider him one of the big 4 in our ECW, in the ECW past. Wait a minute, could he really be about to be eliminated? Wow, Triple H has eliminated the Undertaker. What a quick match. Well, after that surprisingly quick matchup, we're going to move on now to the main event of December to Dismember. This is for the ECW Championship, and it will be a last man standing match between this man right here, the hardcore legend, the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu, as he takes on the Animal, the ECW champion, Batista. Of course, Batista. I mean, the ECW Championship has just been, it's been going all over the place recently. The whole division's been kind of in a, a chaotic state recently. I mean, it goes all the way back to when Batista held the championship for the first time, leading to the one of our generic ECW pay-per-views. I believe it would have been episode 28. Was a fatal 4-way between Batista, Rey Mysterio, Triple H, and Randy Orton. Hell in a Cell, and Orton ended up winning the championship, only to lose it on the next episode of ECW to the Rated R superstar Edge. However, 2 weeks later, there was a triple threat between the 3, between Batista, Orton, and Edge, and Batista won the ECW Championship back. And then, just 2 or 3 weeks later after that, Sabu defeated Batista in a steel cage match to capture the ECW Championship. Sabu then held the title up until Survivor Series, when we had a Battle Royal for the championship, which Batista won it back. So, I mean, now this is Sabu's opportunity, his rematch clause, and look at this. Oh, what a move, taking down Batista. But, yeah, Sabu, he didn't just get to use his rematch clause right away. Because, I mean, with how the championship has been kind of just floating about, we had to, determine a legitimate contender. And we decided not to just give Sabu an immediate rematch clause, just to kind of reinstate some, what's the word I'm looking for? Try and control this division a little bit more, try to get it a bit more into a, a word is not coming to mind with what I'm trying to describe it as, but, just kind of keep it controlled, keep it more legitimate, more prestigious. I mean, with the title just kind of flying about from superstar to superstar, I mean, that's not, I can't think of the word, I don't know, it's just not coming to mind, but I think I've made my point kind of clear, the word I'm trying to go for here. I'm sorry, I'm just not thinking of it, but Sabu, he earned his way back into this championship matchup. We thought it could have been Sandman who would have faced off against Batista. If you remember, Sandman actually defeated Batista on an episode of ECW 2 weeks ago, the episode following the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Sandman got the win, but there was a fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contender on the last episode of ECW, which, I mean, Sandman, he hit his finisher, he hit the senton off the top rope, but it was Sabu who snuck in to get the pin. After Mick Foley had distracted Sandman and hit him with a finisher of his own, that allowed Sabu, I should say, it allowed Sabu to sneak in and get the pinfall over Terry Funk even. So that was just, another statement in that feud, just kind of adding another exclamation point into the feud between Terry Funk and Sabu. So Sabu, I mean, he's earned his way here. I mean, he even had a tag team matchup with Terry Funk the week prior to that match, which he was also victorious in, getting the pinfall himself. So I mean, Sabu, he has earned his way back into this championship picture. He has earned this match with Batista here tonight. We'll just have to see if he can earn the title back from Batista, as he gets taken down with a big steel chair shot there from the Animal, as the Animal is being unleashed here. But no, Sabu takes the chair back and smashes it right over the face of Batista. And now Sabu, What's he going for here? Maybe trying to grab him with that chair. But, oh, what a spear! Just broke Sabu in half there. I could feel that from here. Batista he just annihilated Sabu with that spear. Just broke him in half. I wonder if Sabu can even come back from that. Can even hope to come back from that spear. As Batista now, he's on a rampage after that spear. Oh, what a move now. Gutbuster there into the shoulder. I mean, that's just completely destroying the rib cage now of Sabu. I mean, first the spear nearly broke him in half. Then that gutbuster there to the shoulder. I mean, can Sabu even come back from this? As now Batista just using his power, locking in this Boston Crab submission hold, really putting a lot of pressure on the ribs, the back, the torso area of Sabu. As Sabu now trying to fight out of the submission hold, and he does, able to flip himself over and kick Batista away. But can Sabu come back from this now? This assault from Batista. As now look at this, he slides under Batista, and now Sabu's got the chair. Oh, but Batista now has the chair. And big flying clothesline there by Sabu. I mean, Sabu's got to do whatever he can now to get back into this one. As I'd have to say, Batista has mainly been in control of this one for the majority so far in this matchup, by the looks of things, for the majority of the match. Oh, running STO! Slammed Sabu's back of his head now. And just that upper back, maybe even his neck, just right onto the floor there, which of course, that very thin padding offers very little protection. It's basically just concrete floor right there. Now, Sabu tried to strike him with that title belt, but Batista was able to block it as he does so again. And now Sabu catches the title belt right across the face. It's Batista now. I mean, this may be ECW. This is a last man standing matchup. So that means there could be, I mean, you don't have to be inside the ring to lose the matchup. I mean, as long as you just have to answer the 10 count. And it doesn't matter if you're inside the ring, outside the ring, in the crowd, at your local McDonald's, it doesn't matter. Because, I mean, if you can't answer the 10 count, then the match is over. It's basically, the rules of this match would be basically just incapacitate your opponent until they can't reach the 10 count. As that's what Sabu is trying to do now with this title belt. Just kind of rubbing it now, and literally rubbing the title into the face of Batista. And now, I mean, that chair has since been broken by now. Sabu gonna take Batista over to the barricade, and now looking to just slam him head first off the barricade here at ringside, giving the fans a bit of an up close and personal view of the action. I mean, I'm sure they've got their money's worth here tonight. Those people right there in the front row. Is now Batista. Oh, he's going to lift Sabu up, looking to drop him on the barricade face first, and he does. And now Batista, this could be his opening to get back in control, but no, Sabu. Kick right to the back of the head. The Enziguri takes Batista down. And now, look at this. Collar and elbow tie up there. Batista trying to gain the advantage, but a hip toss there by Sabu takes him down. This could be the opening Sabu needs to maintain control in this one. Look at this. That handstand Hurricanrana taking Batista down once again. And Sabu going for yet another chair here. What could he be looking to do here? Of course, Sabu. Oh, no. Oh, my God, the chair guillotine. I mean, that's got to cut off all the oxygen that Batista be receiving. It's going to be very tough for Batista to breathe now. I'd be amazed if he can come back from that attack there from Sabu. We saw Sandman use that in the... Oh, and now Batista using the chair of his own to knock Sabu off the top rope there. Now right to the face. Oh, but that might not have been what Batista wanted. Sabu busted open. Oh, but there's a second chair shot. Completely shutting down the rally that Sabu was starting there. I mean, Sabu was really getting fired up after taking that steel chair to the face. And now a big shoulder tackle there from Batista. And Batista, yet again, looking to lag up the match here. You know, just go on that rampage. Slow down the pace of the matchup. I mean, bring in some of those power moves. And really just, you know, lag up the screen along with it. I mean, seriously. Big power slam now by Batista. Driving Sabu into the mat. But Batista, you know, he is still a bit dazed. He has taken several chair shots to the face. But now with that being on that rampage, that could give him the opening he needs to really take control. Oh, look at this. Referee taken down. Not that it really matters. It was no disqualification anyway. However, I mean, Batista or Sabu, if either of them gets taken down right now, I mean, the referee won't be there to count the 10 count, so this could actually be an opening for both superstars to keep themselves alive in this one. Big boot there from Batista, but the referee down and out cannot count Sabu out here. So Batista, he's just going to look to wear Sabu out here with a camel clutch submission hold. Just going to try to make Sabu possibly pass out from the pain, just do whatever he can to wear Sabu out, maybe to the point where he can't even stand up and can't answer that 10 counts. The referee is up now. But look at this, Sabu trips out the legs now and escapes the submission hold from Batista there. But now it's Batista with a kick right to the back of the leg. And of course, if you take out the legs, they can't, and I mean, if you can't stand up to answer the 10 count, then you're not going to win the match, because Batista going after the lower back, I mean, of course, those ribs have really been targeted, going after that torso and the legs area. Just try to make sure that Sabu can't make it back to his feet to answer the 10 count. Big leg drop now by Batista. And Batista now has managed to get back in control of things here. And oh no, Batista, he's got Sabu up, looking for a Batista bomb. And he plants Sabu down. Look at that. Look at the impact there. Sabu, I don't think he's going to be able to make it back to his feet for the 10 count here. Count to 100. That's got to be it. Excuse me. That's got to be it for Batista now. Just sort of watching as Sabu meets his demise here. Just getting counted out now. That's a 7 count. But Sabu has made it back to his feet. I'm surprised. I mean, a normal man wouldn't have been able to take half this punishment and stay alive in this matchup. But Sabu, he is no ordinary man. He is suicidal. He is genocidal. He is maniacal. I mean, Sabu, he's just a freak of nature right now, running on fumes. This has got to be just instinct at this point to stay alive in this matchup. But of course, I guess this is Sabu. He has taken plenty of punishment in the past, as now I don't think he quite caught all that leg drop there, that springboard leg drop. And as we can see, just holding his head, the pain is definitely getting to Sabu, and that gave Batista the opening, just slamming Sabu right into the turnbuckle there. But I mean, Sabu, I was very surprised he managed to get up after that first Batista bomb, and now nearly gets his head taken off of the clothesline, as Batista yet another leg drop right to the face of Sabu. And now Batista just once again looking to manhandle Sabu, picking him up by the throat. And looking for a second Batista bomb. Can he get it? And this time Batista, he's going to connect with a second Batista bomb. Sabu just dropped almost right on his head there. That's got to be it. Sabu, I mean, a very valiant effort. He was able to get up after the first Batista bomb, but there's absolutely no way Sabu can make it back to his feet after this second Batista bomb. I mean, a very good effort here from Sabu, but he's done. He's down and out. Count to 1,000. It's over. Yep, that's it, folks. Batista has retained the ECW Championship here tonight. At December to Dismember, he has defeated Sabu in this last man standing matchup. A very hard-fought bout between these two competitors. Both men gave it their all, but in the end, Batista just had more left in the tank than the hardcore legend Sabu. But Sabu, he took 2 Batista bombs, several chair shots to the face. I mean, both these superstars they may have concussions. They took many a chair shot to the face, as well as a few other weapons thrown into the mix. But in the end, it's Batista who stands tall. The Animal is still your ECW champion, and I apologize as I was interrupted. I mean, yeah, great timing. Just only a couple minutes left in the commentary and I got interrupted. That was great. But anyways, we can see fan change. You know, that's that typical boost we get for the pay-per-view. But as we can see, we got a 5-star rating, which is good. I'm pretty sure it just applies to a match, but maybe overall we got a 5-star rating for the pay-per-view. That would be great. That'd be great. Great way to capitalize on this event and potentially skyrocket us into second place, maybe even first. I mean, probably not first. That's a little unrealistic thinking there, but as we can see, we had a 4.5, 4-star, 5-star, 4.5, and 4.5-star main event. So overall, a 4-star pay-per-view. I'd say that's pretty fair, considering the 4 and the 5-star would balance each other out. So of course, we're going to go ahead and build up that Chris Jericho Creative Wrestler, which I still have yet to see what it looks like. But I mean, I'm probably just going to be surprised when I play a match, so I'll be kind of right along with the viewers to see what this guy looks like. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I kind of have a faint memory of what it looks like, but not too much of one. But anyway, that was the pay-per-view. Of course, none of those will have changed, but anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of General Manager Mode, Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 ECW. I said that backwards. Keep on YouTubing.